Hey friend, I'm Brandon Gustafson. I help beginners like you launch their assisted living business in the next 12 months. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to know if your assisted living business is going to be profitable. So if you want to know that, make sure you stick around for today's video. Hey friend, welcome to Assisted Living Investing. Before we get started, I want to remind you to get over to the website, assistedlivinginvesting.net. You can get our free underwriting calculator. It's going to help you out. We're going to be talking a lot about that in today's video, so make sure you go and grab that. Now let's get into the topic for today's video. How do you know if it's actually going to be profitable? If this assisted living business you've heard is going to be profitable, how do you actually know that it is? If you want to learn more about this, make sure you type in profitability down below. Just comment that so I can see, who wants a profitable facility. So the way that you know how it's profitable is underwriting. What is underwriting? That is the real question, right? Underwriting is a financial review of the historical financials, and then it's also a projection of future financials. So what you want to do when you are doing your underwriting and you found a deal, you want to go and talk to them, especially if this is an existing business. You want to say, okay, I want to buy your business, but I need to see how it's performed in the past. They'll give you tax returns, they'll give you profit and loss statements, they're going to give you all of those types of things. And then you're going to take that, you're going to look at how it performed, and then you're going to take that information again, and you're going to project out into the future. This is what they did. This is what I think it's going to look like. Inflation, I'm going to add this thing, I'm going to take this thing away and put that in there. Those are the two main components of underwriting. How did it perform in the past? How will it perform in the future? If you're buying a new facility, a new home, you're going to do a conversion. What I would suggest that you do actually is find somebody that is selling something that is similar to what you want to build. And then you're going to take those financials, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to look at past financials and you're going to project into the future what it's going to look like. And then in your business plan, and we talked about this in a previous video, we'll throw it up there. In your business plan, you're going to write in your assumptions, and you're going to say something like, this is a new business, but we are assuming that it will perform similarly to this business that is comparable to us in this geographic location, has 10 beds, whatever. And this is how they operated, what it costs them to do. We project something similar, 80% decrease because of XYZ, 120% increase because we have more residents. I don't know, whatever you want to put in there, but you want to state your assumptions as you're going through it. Now, the next piece of that is, why is underwriting important? Underwriting is an important piece of the process because it helps you understand the finances and get a feel for what that looks like, how it's performed in the past, what you think it's going to perform like in the future, help you see some of those holes and make sure that you are not having anything fall through the cracks. And then it's going to allow you to determine if you will be profitable or not. This is where you are going to decide if it can be profitable or not. So for those of you that typed profitable, comment profitable down below if you want to learn more about this. This is the phase where you're going to learn how to do this. So now that you know what underwriting is and why underwriting is important, the question is, how do you do underwriting? We talk about this in our business planning guide really in depth. So go and check that out. We'll put down a link down below. If you need help with it, comment BPG for business planning guide, and we'll make sure you get a link sent directly to you. But assistedlivinginvesting.net/BPG is the link that's going to take you and help you learn more about that. So go check it out. But at its core, what you're going to be doing when you're underwriting is review those historical financials, and you want to find averages. You want at least 3 years. Banks are going to ask for 3 years, so you want 3 years. Look at averages for each of those expenses and say, the average annual thing for groceries was $60,000 per year, and that's probably high, but let's you look at it. You take that $60,000 and you divide that by 12, and now you're at $5,000. So now you know that on average it's about $5,000 per month for groceries. It's simple math when you're looking at it. You look at annual averages, divide by 12, get your monthly averages. But when you do that and you do it correctly, it's going to give you confidence that you know how much it's going to cost you to operate a facility. So make sure you spend some time doing that. Now, once you have those numbers, now you're going to project into the future. So let's say you know that it's $5,000 a month for groceries. And again, I'm just using this because it's simple math, right? $5,000 a month for groceries is going to be a very large facility. Anyways, so you've got that, you have that number and you know what it is. Now you're going to take that and you're going to project it out. So in what's called a monthly pro forma, and check out our calculator down below so you can see exactly what this looks like. But in a monthly pro forma, you have 24, 36 months into the future, month by month by month by month. And so you're going to have in your grocery budget line, you're going to have month 1, 5,000, month 2, 5,000, month 3, 5,000. You probably want to do this how it's related to how many residents you have. So, if you had 100 residents, then maybe it's 5,000. If you had 10 residents, maybe it's 500. So you're going to kind of adjust those numbers based off of how many residents that you have inside of the facility. But the way that you fluctuate that based off of the pro forma and how many people you want in the facility or how many you project to be in the facility, you're going to do that in your pro forma. You're going to take that out. And then in year 2, maybe there's some inflation and it goes up by 3%. So you're going to build that into it. But you want to see what this looks like. And then over the course of a year and 2 years, you're going to see, cool, I spent $60,000 in grocery. I spent, $20,000 in groceries, whatever the numbers are. You want to kind of build those in a way that it makes it really easy for you to see on a month by month. Lenders really want to see this. And it also gives you a view of these things from like a seasonality perspective. There's going to be things that are a one-time payment that don't happen every month. Your taxes, for example. There's going to be just other things that you have that are going to be a monthly payment. You could be looking at insurance. That's a quarterly payment. Maybe you want to do it monthly. There's just all different ways to kind of look at these, at your financials, and figure out where it's going to fit in the process. So if you need some help understanding exactly what I'm talking about, go check out the business planning guide. Comment BPG down below, and we'll make sure we get a link sent to you so you can go check out that course and see if it will help you get a better understanding. Because if I'm speaking French to you and you're just like, I don't like data spreadsheets, I don't understand any of it, the business planning guide is going to be a great way for you to kind of understand what that looks like. So go check that out. So in that monthly pro forma, you're going to be wanting to look at the income that you have, the expenses that you have, what your net profit's going to look like, so that you understand if it's going to be profitable or not. So you are watching this video because you want to know if something is profitable or not. You commented profitable down below because you want to know that. This 24-month pro forma is the spot for you to understand if it is profitable or not. You spent the time understanding what those expenses are. You know what your income's going to be. And this is where you're going to spend time and understand if it's profitable or not. So make sure you kind of build that out in a way that makes sense. I go through this entire process actually in my mastermind program. There's a masterclass on how I would actually underwrite a specific opportunity. It was like an 8 to 10 bed facility. And I went through, is it something I would do or not? So if you want to learn more about that and exactly what that looks like, go check out the mastermind program. assistedlivinginvesting.net/mastermind will help you understand how I would actually underwrite an opportunity to see if it works for me or not, to make a good decision on whether it's a profitable opportunity or not. The other thing that you want to be aware of as you're doing your underwriting is you need to make sure that you are looking at your startup expenses. So a really huge part of what you're trying to do here as you build is understanding startup expenses and understanding what your debt service is. But those startup expenses that you're looking at are going to be your capital improvements, the operating capital that you want to have, that all gets rolled into the big debt service payment for when you are buying the facility. All of those things come together. And, a debt service payment of $5,000 is going to be significantly different than one that is $10,000. And so you want to do some really conservative underwriting to make sure you're confident in those numbers for what your debt service is going to be and how it's going to impact your bottom line. You're going to put that into your 24-month pro forma as well. And the calculator on that tab at the bottom, that's a section for you to put in that. And then there's a spot for you to figure out what that debt service looks like on the calculator as well. assistedlivinginvesting.net/calculator will get you access to that free underwriting calculator. And then the other thing that I want to point out to you is once you do this once, do it again and again and again and again and again. Spend the time working with these numbers so that you dream about them. That is what's going to allow you to understand if you are profitable. You have to spend the time. You cannot run it once and be like, cool, everything's good. Every time I look at my numbers, I put them together, I look at them, I set them aside for a day, for a night, whatever. I come back to it, I look at it, and I'm like, how did I miss putting groceries in here? That's a basic expense. It's a huge one. I forgot to do it. You want to look at those things. It's going to allow you to understand if you're going to be profitable or not. This is how you become profitable. To make sure that you are making profitable decision, this is how you do it. You spend time underwriting. You spend time looking at the numbers, get really comfortable with them. And when you do that, you're going to be profitable. If you need help figuring out some of this stuff, and we've been talking about what underwriting is, why you need to do it, and how you do it. If you need some help and some extra guidance, check us out at the Business Planning Guide, assistedlivinginvesting.net/BPG. A simple course is going to help you understand the underwriting calculator, give you some extra guidance on some of those basics that you need to do instead of starting your assisted living business. And if you need more guidance, check us out at the Mastermind program, assistedlivinginvesting.net/mastermind. We will link that down below, or type in mastermind and we'll send you a link for it. But it's a program that's really there to help give you the guidance that you need to help you be successful. So if you found this information to be helpful, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell as well so you get notified every time we put out this content. We do lives on Tuesdays. We put out content on Thursdays. We're giving you a lot of content and a lot of guidance to help you be successful, because that's what I want to do. Does residential assisted living sound interesting to you? Assistedlivinginvesting.net. We're here to help beginners like you learn the ins and outs to help you launch that assisted living business in the next 12 months so you can create the time of financial freedom that you want. I love helping and coaching and giving people guidance, and I do that through my programs. And so I would love to help you. If you feel like you need that guidance, make sure you check out the links or comment Mastermind or BPG down below, and we'll get that over to you. And I want to remind you that it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit. Keep going, keep making progress step by step by step. I promise you that if you do and you're consistent and persistent, you're going to be successful. Thanks for watching and have a great day.